Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, your quick dose of clarity, quick tips, and the spark you need to shine bright. Here's your host, Spencer Jones.
Woot woot, it's Friday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. At least it's Friday on the day this episode comes out. So whatever day you are listening to this, hello, good day. It is I, Spencer Jones, as always, your host of the Daily Energize. I hope you have enjoyed this past week's episode. We've mixed up a little bit of the style of some of the themes that we've been talking about, if you didn't notice that. Still hopefully helpful, supportive, and aligned with us, but also with things that you would like to hear. So please let me know your thoughts, your feedback. Now, know that I have this doesn't necessarily help this, but we record these about 2 months ahead of time before they roll out. So I still want your feedback though. So offer your feedback. Did you like these topics? What did you like? What didn't you like? What would you like to see more of? And let me know. Send me a message on social media at Jones4 on all the platforms, and or send me email, spencer@wearejones4.com, and let me know. Let me know your thoughts. What did you like? What didn't you like? What would you like to see? I would love to make sure I'm recording episodes that help and serve you. Now, again, 2 month lead time, so it might be a little bit, right, before you hear those changes, but I promise you, read everything and we'll implement the ones that align. So please feel free to reach out. With that, and to wrap up this week of doing things a little differently, last week I shared a quote. Last Friday, I shared a quote and we talked about that, and I've done that many, many times before, although it was been several months since I did one, and then last week. But as I was recording last week's session, I had this thought. So for the last 3 months, I think 3 months or so, in our Saturday meditations, I've switched up what we do. So for those of you that do not know, every Saturday I lead a free meditation. It's via Zoom. You can go to the Energy Hub Facebook group and grab the link to it, and just click the link. Come join us. It's at 9 a.m. Eastern, for about a half hour or so meditation. So generally, it's about a 10-minute, getting to know each other, just talking, then about roughly a 10-minute meditation. And then I share a short story, like a couple paragraphs story, and we talk about it for the last 10 minutes, roughly. And when I was recording last week's episode, I had the thought, well, what if we do these short stories, and I could read the story and then share my thoughts on them. Now, obviously, in our meditations, there's opportunity for us to have a full conversation about it, which is awesome. But since this is a podcast, that we can't quite do that unless I bring on guests and all that, which would be a cool thing to do as well. What if we just share these stories, and I could share my thoughts and allow you to percolate on that, think about your own thoughts, and you can always hop in the Energy Hub and share them. So I said, hey, we're already doing things a little differently this week. Let's try this. So saying all that, I'm going to read a short story, share my thoughts on it, and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Again, with the whole idea that these episodes stay under 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes long, and we're already 3.5 minutes in. So let's hop in. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Maybe this is where we go with the podcast going forward, right? I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, here is the story. The story is called "The Moon Cannot Be Stolen." And it's this. Ryokan, a Zen master, he lived the simplest kind of life in a little hut at the foot of a mountain. One evening, a thief visited the hut only to discover there was nothing in it to steal. Ryokan, the monk, returned and caught him. "You may have come a long way to visit me," he said to the prowler, "and you should not return empty-handed. Please take my clothes as a gift." The thief was bewildered. He took the clothes and slunk away. Ryokan sat naked, watching the moon. He said, "Poor fellow, I wish I could give him this beautiful moon." Interesting story, isn't it? Feel free to pause it, rewind it, and listen to it again. It's such, to me, an interesting and unique story, because here's this monk who doesn't have much at all. He comes home to see a thief trying to steal everything, stuff that he has, only to realize he doesn't have anything. There's nothing really there to be stolen. But instead of leaving empty-handed, the monk comes in and says, oh, hold on, here, take my clothes. You must need these, or some version of that. And he just sat naked watching the moon, being outside. The thief slunk away. Now, I'm not a thief, but I'm thinking, cool, I'm going to get some goods. I'm going to go and steal things, and there's nothing here. I'm frustrated, I'm irritated. And then I get caught. Oh, no. And he's going to give me his clothes. I'm leaving extremely bewildered and confused and just, what? What just happened? As I look at the monk, I go, he saw someone in need who was going to steal things, not necessarily, quote-unquote, the right thing to do. He's going to steal things, so he said, well, hold on. He needs these more than I do. Let's make sure he doesn't leave empty-handed. Here, take these clothes. But the biggest takeaway for me was the fact he sat there and was like, I wish I could give him this moon. And when I read that, and when I first read that, it made me think how many of us, myself included, could so focus on the physical things in our life. Hey, I really need this gadget, these clothes, the new phone, this water bottle, this car, this house, this prestige. I need these things to be worthy, to feel like enough. And maybe that's not the reason for it, but I feel like I need it. So I'm going to go beg, borrow, steal. I'm going to work my butt off for it. As opposed to recognizing the beauty and the amazing things around us and the joys of everything that's around. And so I think about that and I go, I have so much to be grateful for the house that I get to live in, for the clothes that I have, the possessions I have, for the people, the experiences. There's so many things to be grateful for, and yet it's so easy to get obsessed with, I don't have this number in my bank account, that I don't have this client, that I don't have da-da-da-da-da. As opposed to pausing and being grateful for the things I do have. It's a story of kindness, of selflessness, and continuing to think of another person even though they might have meant you harm or want to hurt you by stealing your things, and realizing they're just things, that he couldn't take the moon away, even though he wished he could give it to him. And my take on it is to give him that idea and thought that you don't need these things to be happy. But those are just my initial thoughts on the story. What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts. Feel free to email me. Let me know your thoughts. Spencer at WeAreJones4 or at Jones4 on social media if you want to DM me, or drop it in the Energy Hub. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And do you like these stories? If you do, let me know. I might record more of these, maybe as our usual Friday things or more often. I don't know. But would love your input. And if you do want to hear these weekly or different ones weekly, because we mix it up, make sure you join our Saturday meditations. The link is in the Energy Hub under, I think, the featured posts and under the links one there. And every Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, we do a 30-minute meditation. So chat, meditate, short story, conversation. So, all right, I'm over 9 minutes. Go have an amazing day. Go shine your beautiful light and just contemplate that story. What does it look like and mean to you? And take away the beautiful things and let go of the rest. All right, until next time, I'll catch you later.